It took more than 2 years, but today Hamas released the 20 remaining living hostages following the October 7th terror attack. President Donald Trump called it a dawn of a new Middle East as Israel released Palestinian prisoners under a U.S. brokered ceasefire deal. People cheered in Tel Aviv, celebrating this milestone moment. Hundreds of Palestinian prisoners and detainees were met with large crowds as they also reunited with their relatives in the West Bank.
A temporary ceasefire is keeping things quiet in the Middle East for now, but Jewish and Muslim leaders in Atlanta, they are optimistically holding their breath that this time peace may last. The deal also included the return of hostages and prisoners kept behind enemy lines for 2 years. Atlanta News First political reporter Doug Reardon is live outside the Israeli consulate in Midtown. And Doug, we've been here before, but this was a promising sign.
Certainly the return of hostages was to everyone on either side of this situation. And as you mentioned, we have been here before. There was, in fact, a deal in January that fell apart. But I think cautious optimism has never applied more to a situation than the way that both Jewish and Muslim leaders here in Atlanta feel about this. Yes, the hostages are back, but again, we've been down this road and things have fallen apart in the past.
So I'm going to show you the chair that we've had in the sanctuary reserved for almost 2 years now.
At Temple B'nai Torah in Sandy Springs, Rabbi Joshua Heller will be glad to have one more seat in his congregation.
Tomorrow we are going to be unreserving this seat. I don't know that anyone is going to be ready to sit in it just yet.
For the past 2 years, the chair in the synagogue has been symbolically reserved for the Israeli hostages who were in Hamas captivity. But with the recently reached ceasefire deal, all remaining Palestinian and Israeli hostages and prisoners returned home on Monday. As for the ceasefire itself,
even if it's temporary, I think it's a blessing. I think many people see it as at least an opportunity for something great to happen.
The long and painful nightmare is finally over.
President Donald Trump, who helped broker the ceasefire, addressed the Israeli parliament on Monday, saying it was the dawn of a new age in the Middle East.
This isn't the first time that's happened.
Nidal Ibrahim is the former director of the Arab American Institute and publisher of the Arab American Business magazine.
I'm hopefully optimistic, but I'm also well aware that there's a history of Israel breaking some of these ceasefires.
Ibrahim has lost over 150 members of his extended family in a badly destroyed and devastated Gaza, and hopes this time his people can heal and rebuild.
And that it's time to sort of begin the healing process, to recognize that across the board arise real humans, real Palestinians, real women, real children.
And Ibrahim also told me what is really important to Palestinians right now is having a seat at the table when you talk about rebuilding and reaching a lasting peace. For example, he said President Trump held his summit on Middle East peace talks in Egypt this weekend. He said there were no Palestinian delegates at it. We're in Midtown. Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.